Hey, what's going on, Libra? How are you? Thanks for watching. Libra, this is going to be your full moon read for September of 2018. And this is a special full moon because it's the harvest full moon. It's considered the harvest full moon as it is the closest moon to the fall equinox. That takes place on September 24th. And Libra, the full moon is in the sign of Aries this cycle. So this is like, your sign of opposition, right? Now, the harvest moon reminds us of the things that we've accomplished, the things that we've worked for, or the things that we've worked towards all year. And it also reminds us of the things that we actually have, to continue to work on, or the things that we have coming up to work towards. Almost like, kind of like the seeds you sown throughout the summer months and the spring months. You're now coming into that during this fall season. For a lot of you, you may even be getting things prepared for the upcoming winter months, or the new year, as some would see it. We are in the last quarter of the year here. So Libra, what types of themes are going to be highlighted as we move through this harvest full moon in September? All right, one more good shuffle. All right, Libra, harvest full moon. Okay, Libra. Thanks for being patient while I get your card situated. Okay, Libra, let's take a look at the energies playing out through or around this full moon. Okay, so I have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, Libra, when I have the Nine of Swords here reversed right out of the gate, for a lot of me, or for a lot of me's, for a lot of you Libras, this is saying, that a lot of you are really, for some of you, you may be like soothing your own thoughts. For some of you, like, if you have like lately been, just really, really stressed out and sleepless nights and things like that. For a lot of you, I feel like that is becoming less of an issue now. You're figuring things out. You are maybe even getting confirmation on certain things. But for whatever reason, Libra, it looks like your mind is being put to ease. Not to say that there aren't still things that you do worry about, Libra, but I just really feel like it's not as big of a stressor as it used to be. Or, for a lot of you, there's just something that's just really, really, really easing your mind right now when it comes to, just whatever you have going on, Libra. Okay, and here, Libra, I do have the Five of Swords. So with the Five of Swords being in this position, this is like, talking about what particular aspects of your life you need more balance during this cycle. Libra, what I'm showing here is, like, I feel like for a lot of you, you may have been like stressed out over a particular friendship situation. Maybe you guys got into an argument. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, you got into an argument or something like that. I feel like for a lot of you Libras, a lot of yous like really did, well, I mean, I want to say you won the argument or, you made your point known. You made your point known the best. Your point was the one that was clearly, the one that, like, how can I say it? Like, whatever happened between you and other individuals, is like, you feel as though, you're the one that like really kind of like won in the argument, but at the same time, it's like, you really were the one that kind of, even though, it's like, yeah, you succeeded in getting your point across. It was like the cost of it was, your friendship. with this person or your relationship with this person. And that's what may have had you stressed out. For a lot of you, this could be like you in that particular parties of people or anything like that. Like you guys could be, you know, having more communication now, and it's almost like a reconciliation. However, it's like the reconciliation hadn't occurred yet. It's like the damage was done, or the issue happened. Maybe there was some sort of falling out, but I feel like the energy surrounding that is you are being, it's like your conscience is coming into play more, Libra. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're saying, okay, well, maybe I, could have handled this a completely different way. Maybe this person and I wouldn't have to have gone through certain, hardships if I have maybe been able to see their point of view a little bit more. For a lot of you, it is that you've seen their point of view, or you've seen the other party's point of view after the falling out. And so, at a certain point, I feel like, you're stressed out about, the fact that, you're worried about your friendship or your relationship with this other person or people. But on the mind, Libra, as of right now, I do feel like what's giving you a little bit of like, what's putting you at ease a little bit is the fact that, I think that you have been in communication with this particular person or parties. And you're feeling like, okay, maybe it's time for an apology. Whether that's on your end, on their end, I feel like there could be an apology on both ends. Both of you may have only been really trying to understand each other's own points of view, or not necessarily trying to take the time to understand someone else's or the other person's involved. And that like goes for both people or all parties involved in the situation. Okay, so what's changing for you now in this cycle, Libra? I do show here the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune coming up here in reverse, I'm not necessarily taking it right off the rip as something like, negative or like a bad fortune or anything like that. I'm really feeling more so of like, for a lot of you Libras, you do feel like there was like a missed opportunity, something that I really feel like a lot of you were very, very, so much in your own thoughts and in your own way of mind and in your own psyche that a lot of you Libras may be realizing that, there were some missed opportunities here. There was a missed opportunity, and it could be within this friendship or within this, situation where there's parties involved where you guys didn't see eye to eye. And that missed opportunity could be the fact that, during that falling out process, you guys may have had multiple opportunities to be able to reconcile. You guys have been having communication. So it is possible that this is saying that, the wheel is at turn again. The wheels could possibly turn again, and, there is hope for reconciliation. And even if the friendship is never the same again, even if the friendship or the situationship is never the same again, at least there's no ongoing confusion. There's no, ongoing turmoil. And, this with the wheel being a 10, this is like, I feel like this is the number of like, completion. You know what I mean? Like it's, like this is over for you, you being stressed out. You're to the point now where it's like, enough. Even Spirit has gotten you to the point now to where it's like, enough. I'm not going to allow you to, continue on with this cycle. Okay? For some of you, this could indicate that there was a very unfortunate event that possibly did occur very recently. I just feel like for a lot of you, For a lot of you, you may have had to defend your own thought process against others. And in doing so, there were some friendships that were damaged. Okay, so here in this position, I do have the Three of Cups in reverse as far as things that you need to leave behind. Okay, Libra, for a lot of you, I really feel like you have been really caught up in the way things have played out in your life for and maybe like I'll just feel like you literally, for some of you Libras, like over the I'm sorry. Libra, literally, for some of you, maybe over the past 3, 5, or 10 years, depending on how that hits you, some of you have just really been feeling like you've really been like stuck in this cycle of like being, you know, alone, not having anybody in your corner, not having people to like, you know, celebrate things with. And then when you do have people in your corner, you know, you're suspicious about them. You know, worry about what they're up to, if they're doing anything behind their back. And I feel like the universe is asking you right now to really just leave this behind, because the more that you do continue to worry and stress about things, you know, you could actually end up, you know, manifesting those realities. Okay? I feel like for Libras, if you're worried about like a partner or something, if you feel like, you know, they may have third party situations involved, I really don't feel like there's any indication so far that's letting me know that that's really the case, other than, you know, your own thinking. So, you know, this is saying, you know, sometimes we do have to leave behind illusions. Okay, we have to leave behind the we have to leave behind like certain people even who make us confused and make us unsettled. And so Libra, it's just more so about your own balance, because it's like this person, Libra, and in this situation, I don't necessarily feel like you're balanced. And for a lot of you, it's because you're really, really stressed out about, I really feel like it's, again, a falling out, again, of your friends. You know, this is like where you guys, you know, weren't able to have really, you know, a meeting of the minds. And then this is where it's like, okay, now it's been so long that it's like it's really taking a toll on the actual friendship. And friendships, you know, can sometimes go sour if they're not nurtured, just like any other relationship. Okay? So Libra, as we move through the full moon cycle, again, just try to remember just to keep your, you know, keep your ways of thinking positive. I do feel like with the Nine of Swords, you are, you know, in reverse with the Nine of Swords in reverse, I do feel like, you know, things are, you are willing to, you know, actually really like deal with your ways of sometimes like having negative outlooks on things. Like you're really ready to combat those things from the perspective of, you know, I think that I did something wrong, and I want to apologize and make it right. And for some of you Libras, let me just say this. For some of you Libras, you could be reaching the point to where you're actually tired of being the one to always stress and worry about your friendships. You're tired of being the one who always feels like you're getting the short end of the stick in your friendships or in your relationships, and you're ready to say, you know what, you know, because this is almost a 10, so you're like, okay, you know what, I'm ready to just be done with all of these negative thoughts. It's doing nothing but stress me out, you know. Some of you may just be really ready to just cut ties with people. And I feel like I'm speaking to like both sides of Libra scales. It's like on one hand, it's like it's like one side of you are ready to cut certain ties with people. They're no longer bringing you any type of joy. If anything, they're causing you a lot of stress, and, you know, just a lot of, you know, mental, I see like a lot of anxiety and you don't want to deal with that anymore. So a lot of you are just really wanting to just cut those people off altogether. But then a lot of you Libras, are still with, on the other side of that, is like you still genuinely want to have a certain type of friendship with this person, and you're kind of willing to just kind of, I think, like, just kind of take what you can get from that person, even if it means that, you know, you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, or because you feel like, you know, you don't want to be alone, and this is the best that you can do. So I'm talking to two different Libra scales there. Okay, so I am showing here the Nine of Pentacles. Now, in this position, you know, you can definitely work through all of these changes, Libra, all of you, by really realizing your own worth, okay? Realizing that, you know what, I deserve more than, you know, getting the short end of the stick, whether that's on purpose or, you know, or not. But I deserve more to be getting, you know, the short end of the stick. Like, you know, I'm a bad bee. Okay, that was so, like, not cool. But anyways, I sounded so uncool there. But anyways, no, like, you're really, you know, you're independent, you're smart, you have abundant resources, and you have it on your own, Libra, and you know that. So it's almost like a lot of you are saying, you know, I don't have the time to even really deal with stress about friendship and other people, because really, you know, there's so much on my own that I'm really trying to do, and I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to still, you know, increase my fortune. You know, I'm still trying, even though, you know, I'm trying to even still get things back on the right track. Even though I may, even though, like, I may, you know, feel like or seem like I'm grounded and seem like I'm balanced, there's some things that are just really unbalanced in me, and there's nothing wrong with this energy. I feel like this is really great energy for you, Libra. This is really you saying, you know, I am independent, I'm strong, I have a great sense of self-worth, you know, and it's like, you know, what more could you really ask for on your own? You know, anything else that you could achieve in this life, you know, would involve other people. But Libra, you can really do it on your own if you wanted to. You don't necessarily need that certain group of friends, because all they do is talk about you behind your back. And then they can't even do that, right? Because the information cycles right back to you. So Libra, are you really, like, you know, pushing forward and being very, very independent? For a lot of you Libras, I see that you are having certain ideas, certain goals that you are, you know, making the preparations for, to move into. For a lot of you during the Virgo new moon, you know, which is representative of, you know, this earth energy here. For a lot of you during that new moon, you know, there were really clear intentions that you did set for yourself in your finances and in your skills and in your education. For some of you, you know, your particular goal is that you're ready to move out on your own, and that could indicate here there may be, like, roommates, I feel like, that you're having issues with. For some of you, you may be dealing with, like I said, you know, roommate issues. Maybe, you know, I feel like somebody is, like, just, they party too much, or, you know, for a lot of them, they may be, you know, having their own relationship drama, but it's in your space, Libra, and it's like, okay, I just need a night to just really just rest and just really clear my own energy out, and just really take into account the things that I've done up to this point that may have not been in the best interest, and so that you can go ahead and deal with that and work with that so that you can change your own karma. And it's not like you have bad things coming for you, Libra. I don't see that at all. It's just more so, I feel like, Libra, what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to take the time out for yourself to really just process your own thoughts, so that you're an air sign. I mean, that's what you do. You sit there and you think, and, you know, Libra, I mean, there's just, you're always thinking of different possibilities, and you're always having different, situations played out already in your mind, Libra. That's just a part of who you are, and I feel like this is no different. But mostly, for you Libras, I'm really feeling like most, if not majority of you, well, that's kind of the same thing, a lot, if not the majority of you, are just feeling the pressure to be able to just think clearly and independently, without like the clouded judgments of people around you, or without, like it's like you're wanting to, it's like a lot of you may even feel like, the greater need is to sacrifice certain friendships and relationships, if that means that you can actually get more peace of mind on an independent level. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Libra. I mean, a lot of times, Libra, we do need our own space so that we can, be a more balanced partner, a more balanced friend, somebody who is more open. It's like Libras almost kind of have two sides of them, almost like a Gemini in a way, which is like their sister air sign. But in a way, Libra is like, okay, instead of it being like two different sides, like how with the Geminis are, instead of it being like two different sides, two different people in a way, like two different personalities, in the best of ways, Gemini, sorry if you're cross-watching. But it's more like with Libra, it's like everything is like internal. It's like your internal balance. You could be holding down the status quo on your own, which you are. I do see that, but it's like on the inside, Libra, in your mind and in your emotions and in the way that you perceive the things that's going on inside of you. You're conflicted. You may be going, back and forth here and up and down. One day, you and your friends can be fine. The next day, it's arguments. The next day, and it's not because they're doing anything wrong or you're doing anything wrong like that, Libra. It's just that, you're searching for your own balance. You're searching for your own balance. And most of the time with Libras, that is only going to occur with some alone time, with, just a little bit of time for some of you in the mirror, just really appreciating, yourself, and appreciating how far you've been able to come up to this point. And I just think that's really beautiful energy, Libra. And don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody take that away from you, Libra. Okay, so the card that we have coming here in the final card is the Justice card, which, Libra, this is your card. And the funny thing about it was, as I was shuffling this card, I saw it. I did see it. But anyways, I was wondering if it was going to come back up, and guess what, Libra? It does. It comes back up, Libra. Your attention, what you're focused on, I feel like for a lot of you Libras, you are focused on, yourself, again, like, your own self-worth, your own frame of mind, you're making sure, again, like I said, earlier about karma, this is that karma coming back around, Libra, saying, okay, we understand that for some of you, you may, be stressed about a situation that, you have already gone through, and it's replaying over in your mind. But guess what? If you make the certain changes, if you cut the noise out, and when I say noise, for some of you, that could be physical noise, like legitimate, just, ongoing noise, and you just need silence. For some of you, this means that, if you're able to really just kind of block out, like all of the distractions, all of the just, the background humdrum of day-to-day life. Like, if you're really able to just kind of not tune it out, but, really just like make the decision to separate yourself from that a little bit, you will be able to get more of a clearer mindset. And with that clearer mindset, you know, you'll understand what needs to happen further for, you know, for your good karma to come back around to you, or for things to actually work out in your favor. Because here, for a lot of you, like I said, you may have been experiencing, like, you feel like, you know, there was a missed opportunity that you had, you know, because you being, you know, stressed and worried so much. But I feel like for a lot of you, that opportunity will cycle back around for you. But it's just Spirit saying, okay, well, at that time that we presented you that opportunity, you know, you weren't ready for it. You weren't ready to move into that opportunity. But all year, I feel like all year, or even in these summer months, there has been like a draw for you to just be able to stand on your own 2 feet, think for yourself, and, you know, not be influenced by other opinions or by other people's actions, or by the way other people make you feel, you know, Libra. I really think that this is just beautiful energy. And then, you know, and I see you doing it with such balance and such grace, and just really such, like, you know, just poise, just effortless. Like, you know, it's like, man, like, Libra, this is just really, really beautiful energy, Libra. Okay, so Libra, I do want to clarify a couple of cards here just to get some additional information. I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot deck to clarify a few cards. Let's see, what card? Let's clarify here this. Well, let's clarify this 9 of Swords with the 5 of Swords. Please can we get some additional clarification for the 9 of Swords in reverse with the 5 of Swords. So we got the Ace of Swords. Okay, so with the Ace of Swords clarifying the 5 of Swords and 9 of Swords, with this coming up all together, I'm getting the sense that I'm getting the sense that for a lot of you, there is a brand new opportunity to be able to reconcile with your friendships that you have lost. For some of you, if you're needing to reconcile, if you've already taken that time in separation, for a lot of you, you've already taken that time in separation that you needed to take. You've already introspected, and you've already thought, and you've already, you know, taken the time that you needed to understand, you know, how you need to move forward in this friendship. And a lot of you, I feel like this is a new opportunity saying, yes, this is exactly what you need in this friendship. It's going to work itself out. You know, we already knew that because the 9 of Swords is in reverse. So, you know, it's less stressful now. It's died down now. You know, you guys have the opportunity, or will be having the opportunity, to sit down, talk, and just really, you know, hash out your differences and move forward, yeah? Now, with others of you who may not have gotten to that level yet, for some of you, if, you know, the separation is still pending, like if you're, like, still trying to make the decision, if, you know, who to cut out specifically, what situations or what mindsets you want to get away from, this is again an opportunity from Spirit saying, yes, okay, that's exactly what is needed. You'll gain a lot more perspective and insight once you do that. Again, this is that independent thinking, right? This is that, you know, new information coming forward towards you, that new spark of inspiration, right? And so I feel like, again, that's leading you to a more independent mindset. And yeah, so just for some of you Libras, you know, you have had that time to separate, and then this is like that reconciliation of you coming back to meet again, like a meeting of the minds again with the parties involved. Or for some of you Libras, this is saying, you know, it is time for you two to really just separate, or you to separate yourself from certain situations enough, or certain people enough, just to be able to have a more clearer mindset, so that at a later time, you know, once the situation or drama or whatever happens, once it has died down, you know, you'll have more, it'll be just a lot less stressful to deal with. And so I think that's just really beautiful energy, Libra. So let's just clarify here this Three of Cups. What is this Three of Cups for Libra? Okay, Libra, ooh, you got two cards. So we got the, I believe that is the Death card. We got the Death card, and then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So Libra, with the Death card coming and with the Ten of Cups in reverse coming here on top of the Three of Wands. I'm sorry, the Three of Cups. This is indicating to me here that yes, you know, we already knew that there was some disruption within your friendships, and I apologize that you hear the lawnmower. Somebody's mowing their lawn. Sorry about that. Anyways, Libra, I'm really feeling like, you know, even though you guys are maybe dealing with, you know, unresolved issues in the friendships, or maybe like sour friendships or a falling out, it's like, okay, you know, again, with this Death card, it's like, all right, some of you Libras are really considering putting to death the whole situation, like, not, you know, not in a bad way or anything like that, but you're just really interested in only ending, you know, that, like, you know, that, you know, in order for you to be able to actually really clearly see things, you're going to have to really end it again and really see the situations that you're in for what they are. This is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it's like, you know, for a lot of you Libras, you could have been dealing with, you know, fake friendships, people in your circle who are only there for what you can offer them and giving you a false sense of like security within the relationship, as far as they're your real friends, or they're, you know, you know, or this is the best possible situation for you to be in for some of you, but it's not, okay? And you need to wake up to it. And the funny thing about it is, with the Ace of Swords and the Death coming out, is like, you know that you need to wake up to it and really make a change. Put an end to the unsupportive friendships. I'm not saying make yourself lonely, you know. Yeah, separate yourself, but from the things that are causing you drama, the things that are causing you, you know, the most grief, right? Because when you do that, you are allowing the universe to go ahead and work the situations out on your behalf, because there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? If there was a certain betrayal, I feel like there may have been a certain betrayal within one of your friendships, or within one of your, you know, any situation that you're involved in. I feel like for a lot of you, there was a certain level of betrayal, maybe like more so like a betrayal of trust, or you know, there may have been, you know, it could have been some infidelity there going on between somebody that you were dealing with, Libra. But I feel like you're waking up to that, and you're knowing, and you know, as you're knowing and you're waking up to it, you know, you are really just coming into your own power and your own energy as you take charge, and as you you know, become independent and more of a free thinker. You're really taking in and harnessing your own energy. So Libra, this is like beautiful. I feel like for a lot of you, this could take place during your birthday. So I know the full moon is in September, but you know, Libra season is approaching, and the moon will be in Libra season technically by that time. So even though it's an Aries moon, but it'll just be Libra season as a whole, right? So Libra, I just feel like for a lot of you, what could be happening for you around this full moon cycle is, you know, karma is coming back and righting the things that were wronged. But it's like it's happening by giving you the inspiration to actually want to change it. It's like, okay, you can sit here in this energy and stew, but, you know, do you want to change that? If you want to change that, then okay, this is how you do it, Libra. You're going to need to actually have to take some time for yourself and really just introspect on how you can be a better friend if you were the one that did something wrong, how you can be a better partner if you were the one that did something wrong. Or if something happened to you and you're, you know, you can really just really sit there and introspect on what happened to you and understand that, now that this happened, okay, well, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and just separate myself. I'm going to put it into this situation. I'm going to put it into that friendship. I'm going to go ahead and just end this drama right now because it wasn't in my highest good anyways. And then that makes room for the good things coming forward toward you that are in your highest good. Libra, Jesus. Oh, man. This is beautiful. All right, Libra, I want to get some additional insight from our black moon because it is the full moon. And so I really feel like the black moon can give us some additional insight from more of a cosmic level. So Spirit, can I please get some additional insight for Libra, this full moon cycle? Libra, this full moon cycle, any additional advice from the cosmos would be welcomed, please. Any additional advice from the cosmos for Libra? Libra. Okay, Libra. We got two cards that flipped over, and they flipped over lightly. So we have Aries, I am, and we also have solar eclipse, revolution. Oh man, Libra, this is like really, really beautiful energy. And let me tell you why. The funny thing about it is because during this full moon cycle, the moon is in Aries. Okay? So Libra, this is you literally saying, okay, you know what? I am somebody who deserves more than what I've been getting. I am somebody who is capable of, you know, giving more than I have been giving to other people. So this is really, again, like you stepping into your own power and just learning your own balance of things, Libra, for some of you. First, I mean, this is just really about you really taking charge of, you know, your own state of mind. I really feel like, Libra, like, you know, your state of mind is, for a lot of you, it's kind of all over the place, but for a lot of you, it's like, even though it kind of is all over the place and it may be hard for you to kind of focus on things sometimes, I just really feel like you do still have the concept that, you already understand that, more powerful things are on the horizon for you. And then Libra, with the solar eclipse card coming up here, this is just saying that, that there is, like a revolution, like coming forward. There is a big change. There is, you're moving through the changes. Like you're, like the things that, like the headway that you're making is actually creating change, not only for yourself, but for the people that you are involving yourself with. Like, you deciding to separate yourself and cut yourself off from a certain particular group of fake friends, that action alone could even inspire this set of people or this party involved to be like, well, dang, I must have really did something to Libra. Let me evaluate myself and see how and then now they're on their own path for justice, for, within themselves. So it's like, Libra, by you like taking charge of your own life and just really just, again, thinking for yourself, like you are inspiring others to do the same thing, even people that may have hurt you. Libra, this is beautiful energy. Also, the funny thing about it is, Libra, Aries is in opposition to your sign. So I feel like if there's like a lot of turbulence in this happening, if you experience like turbulence as far as, getting things in motion, or if you feel like it's a particular struggle for you to be really able to, buckle down and really like, gain your own insights and perspective, this is saying that, what, it's supposed to be that way. This is challenging. This is something that you're going to have to deal with within yourself. It's opposing you because it's making you literally stand in front of yourself and look at yourself from the inside out or from the outside in. But it's really making you, again, examine yourself. Like I said, a lot of you may be spending some time in the mirror, even if that means, figuratively or literally. Wow, Libra. Beautiful message. Sorry again for the outside noise. Neighbors are mowing their lawn. How convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull a little bit more energy for us, Libra, as we move through the full moon cycle. Any additional information that Libra needs to know? Is there any additional information Libra needs to know, please? Okay, something flipped. We got the hourglass. Time is of the essence. So, Libra, with the hourglass popping up here, this is saying, okay, listen, for a lot of you, it's like, okay, you've had sufficient amount of time to be able to come to the concept of whatever you know you need to change. You've had enough time to decide. So now it's time for you to decide. Okay? Because karma's happening now, but karma's coming, but of course you want it to be on your side. For a lot of you, I feel like this may be indicating that you feel as though oh God, that's really distracting. So a lot of you may be feeling like you are not using your time wisely. For a lot of you, this is indicating that, you know, you could, in fact, you have used your time wisely enough, and that's why you are being presented with the opportunity to be able to do better. And I'm just going to pull one more card out here. Again, I'm so sorry, Libra, for that outside noise. But that's all right, though, Libra. We can handle it. Okay, serendipity. Okay, Libra, you got some birthday energy coming out here. Okay, we got serendipity. We got the hourglass. We got serendipity. Bright new prospects are on the horizon. We got the minstrel. Let your intentions be known. The dagger. Conflict and danger lie in wait. The unicorn. Good fortune and friendship. And then the caduceus. You will receive news from afar. So, okay, Libra. Okay, this is a reading in itself. So sorry. Oh, shout out to you Libras. Like, you guys like got my views up to like 3,000, and I really, really appreciate that on the last read for the second half of September. So, Libra, you guys are like really kind of getting the extra birthday read right now for Libra season. Sorry about the length. So, okay, what this is saying, Libra, I feel like a lot of you have made your intentions known to the universe, and you are literally watching for the signs. And for a lot of you, you're watching for particular signs with like a certain time frame in mind. You're like, okay, if this doesn't happen by this certain time, then I'm going to go ahead and really, like, you know, give whoever a piece of my mind and really show them what I mean in the business that I'm really ready to carry out. And when you do that, I really feel like it has the potential of like resolving conflict, because at this time, you know, you're calling out the particular uniqueness of your situation, and it's like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the situation is like an eyesore or an earsore, like nobody wants to hear it. But it is something that you do have to do in order to heal. So this is speaking for, I feel like, for a lot of the Libras who are like who want to reconcile with a particular individual, or if there is just reconciliation in the air. This is just saying, okay, watch for certain signs. If they're giving you certain signals, you know, that you are wanting to, if they're giving you certain signals that they're open, you know, then go ahead and do that. But only give yourself a certain amount of time to do that, because, you know, listen, there's other things that you can be moving into, Libra, and Spirit has definitely has some new things on the horizon for you, some more promising things, some things that are going to give you some healing. So, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and leave you there. Sorry about the long read, but well, you know, this is just information that I wanted to get out to you guys for the full moon. So please enjoy this full moon. Work through these energies. Let me know how this is all playing out for you in the comment box. Again, sorry for the distractions, but take care. You have a good one.